Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. If this is your first time, I'd really appreciate your support of the channel. Please subscribe on the watercolour marker on the screen, or wait to the end and subscribe there. Your support, as always, is most appreciated. So today I wanted to cover off something a little bit different. I was trawling through one of my gaming Facebook pages earlier in the week, some discussions around Waterloo Solitaire, which I reviewed recently on the channel, and one of the guys on there mentioned a new publication that was being launched on Amazon this week, a new publisher, his first game, self-published, and immediately wanted to have a look at this and obviously support any new person coming into the industry, so bringing out new things for the hobby. So this is another book game, a solitaire war game, The Fields of Normandy, by Mike Lambo. As I say, self-published, his first game. It's pretty evident he's a board game stroke wargamer. This again is a similar style, 15 scenarios or missions. It's hex encounter type of game, but there is actually a lot more hidden depth and a lot less luck orientation with this game to perhaps the Worthington options that are out there. So for the more serious gamers, I would say this is certainly worth a look, although it's a very, very simple game to learn and play. I've played for a couple of the scenarios, and as I say, I think there's a lot of depth there with the tactics that you employ. Again, you can't do everything you want to do, but yeah, I just wanted to share with you my initial thoughts, share with you a little bit about it, and hopefully encourage you to go out and support Mike, hopefully enabling him to bring more products to market like this, because as I say, I think this is, on the face of it, a really good publication at a very good price point as well. So on the back, you've got a kind of breakdown, a nice summary of the game and what it is. Instructions, game maps are included. You just need a pencil, 2 standard 6-sided dice, and an eraser. Your task is to order your rifle squads, machine gun teams, mortar teams, and Piat teams across the maps to achieve differing objectives, countering the enemy threats along the way. It's all about positioning. It's about using certain tactics like scouting. We'll come on to that. The rules are set out in a very nice, clear manner with good working examples, and it is quite challenging. So the book itself runs to 50 pages. It's a softback, but it's one of those like the Worthington one that will fold very flat, so you can have the book open in front of you. Again, you could photocopy these pages. You could use acetate over the top with dry white markers, or of course you can just mark the book either with pencil and rub it out, or mark the book and then buy another one if you really like it further down the line. But there's a lot of bang for your buck in here in terms of the game options and what you can do. Nice contents page sets out the 15 missions, which make up the main bulk of the book, probably 30 odd pages. The rules themselves are probably actually about 10 pages. You've got a player aid in there. You've got a little bit of background introduction at the beginning. So nicely proportioned book, nice big fonts, easy to read. Little bit telling you, sort of getting you set up in terms of how the game works. Talks about how you can mark on the maps to recognize the different squads and teams and how they operate. Got terrain plays a part in this, modifiers for being in different types of terrain. So again, some sort of more wargaming aspects to think about there. You've got the turn process, and there are turn trackers for each mission. You have a certain number of turns. One of the things I really like about this, I'm just going to show you a little bit about mission 1. I'm not going to show you too much because, as I say, this is someone's game and they'd like you to go out and buy it. But what you have are these order charts, and the order charts, you will roll a dice for each squad you're activating, and that will determine 2 orders that you can give your squad in that turn. So you'd roll 2 dice, and you'd be able to choose one of 2 sets of two orders in effect. So it could be fire and advance, it could be move and take cover, it could be rally and throw a grenade, etc. Okay, so you'll roll 2d6. Each d6 will give you a suite of 2 orders to allocate to that squad. And if you roll a double, then you can actually re-roll the dice until you get something that you like from that point of view. So that, again, a nice little dynamic. The friction, you're not necessarily always going to get what you want to do with that particular squad or team, but you will have choices, and you can start to plan your way around the maps accordingly. And the map for mission 1 is very straightforward. Okay, you'll have a turn tracker on there. You'll have a start off point or points for your units, and you'll have a mission brief. And the Germans will either already be positioned, or there will be question marks which will indicate there are units in that area, but you're not sure at the moment what they might be. And as you scout or get closer to those hexes, you will then roll to see which German units are in that zone. Scouting is one of the actions that can come out as part of your orders, and that allows you to identify a unit that's a question mark, and importantly then be able to place that in one of 3 fire zones. So each fire zone will project out the front 3 hexes, and what this allows you to do is use scouting to maybe position those German units in areas that aren't going to be as dangerous to your men. So that's quite a nice little mechanic built into the game. Using scouting, I would say, is very much your friend. But other things you can do other than firing, you can throw grenades, as I say. You've got other actions in there as well. Just get those in front of me. Taking cover is a good one, can be really useful when you know you're going to come under fire. You can rally to try and boost up the morale of your men. So your units can take, in effect, 2 hits before they're destroyed. So they go down to low morale on the first hit, and if they get a second, then they're removed. Or, of course, you can try and rally them back to normal status. So quite simplistic, but there are other things in there, flanking and support. You've got mortars, which are quite exciting. They can kind of provide you with good support bonuses. And you can end up against things like half tracks, and that's where your Piats would come in. Again, gives you some options with those. You've also, in later missions, got things like minefields, artillery, rivers, etc. as well. And you can adjust the difficulty of the game depending on how you want to play it. No, there are not tanks in this game. This is more an infantry to infantry squad-based game, but I'm sure Mike or those rules fiddlers out there could quite easily incorporate tanks into their own homegrown scenarios if they so wish. But it's a super little publication, and I think worthy of gamers' support, and hopefully, as I say, you'll have the ability there to see Mike bring in more things to market in the future. Building your own missions is actually at the back, so there's a really nice section on that, which, as I say, will give you some flexibility to design your own, and maybe get your gaming chums to play those scenarios themselves to see if they can beat something that you've set up for them. But yeah, that's just a quick overview of Fields of Normandy, a solitaire war game by Mike Lambo, published through Amazon. And please go along and support it. It's worth a little investment, and I think anyone who's been looking at the Worthington titles or any other solitaire players, this is well worth a look. So I hope you've enjoyed this short video, and look forward to seeing you again very soon.